you wake up. Again. It's 2:47 a.m., and your bladder is pulling you out of bed for the second, or maybe third time tonight. You shuffle to the bathroom, half asleep, convincing yourself it's just age. Everyone your age goes through this, right? But here's the truth. Frequent nighttime urination isn't just aging. It's a warning. Your body is trying to tell you something, and most men over 60 don't listen until the damage is already done. What's quietly at play here might not be obvious. It's not about how much water you drink. It's not just your prostate growing because of the years. It's inflammation. Silent, creeping inflammation. And the most shocking part? This inflammation may be triggered by a fruit you think is healthy. You eat it raw. You juice it. Maybe it's even in that heart-friendly snack bar you've been told is good for your age. It looks innocent, tastes sweet, but inside your body, it's feeding a chain reaction of cellular stress, swelling, and hormone imbalance, especially in your prostate. Studies from European urology institutes have shown a direct link between certain fruit sugars and prostate swelling. Not general sugars, not soda, but fructose, the sugar found in nature's sweetest offerings. And while fructose in moderation may not harm a 20-year-old, for you, it's a different story, because after 60, your body doesn't process these compounds the same way. The enzymes slow down, the hormonal filters weaken, and the organs that once worked in harmony begin to misfire, starting with your prostate. Now here's the part most men don't realize. This fruit isn't exotic. It's not rare. In fact, it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. And while your doctor may tell you to monitor your PSA levels, no one tells you about this, about how diet, specifically certain fruits, can silently accelerate prostate enlargement. But here's the good news. Awareness changes everything. Because in this video, you won't just discover the fruit that's making your nights worse, you'll also learn what to eat instead to calm your body, reduce the inflammation, and reclaim peaceful sleep. So before you take another bite thinking, it's healthy, stay with me. The most dangerous one? That comes later. And once you hear it, you may never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. Tell us in the comments, how many times did you wake up last night? You're not alone, and your story might help someone else realize this earlier. It's soft, sweet, convenient. You peel it in seconds and toss it into your morning smoothie without thinking twice. You've been told it's good for potassium, great for digestion, easy on the stomach, but for men over 60, this seemingly innocent fruit may be working against you, silently fueling the one problem you're trying to avoid: prostate enlargement. We're talking about the banana. Yes, the banana. The fruit that's been marketed for decades as the ideal snack. But beneath that yellow skin lies a dangerous combination: high levels of fructose, a spike in natural sugars, and, most overlooked of all, bioactive compounds that may disrupt hormonal balance when consumed in excess by aging men. You see, bananas are rich in fructooligosaccharides, a mouthful of a word that essentially refers to a type of sugar that feeds certain gut bacteria. While that might sound beneficial, for men with a slowing metabolism and a prostate that's already inflamed, this sugar can contribute to fermentation in the gut and systemic inflammation in the body. That inflammation doesn't stay in your belly. It spreads, especially to the organs already under stress. The prostate is one of the first to react, and here's where it gets worse. Bananas also contain a moderate level of phytoestrogens, plant-based compounds that mimic the effects of estrogen in the body. For a man in his 20s, no issue. For a man in his 60s with declining testosterone levels, it's a dangerous imbalance, one that contributes to swelling, urinary pressure, interrupted sleep, and eventually loss of sexual vitality. But no one talks about this, because bananas are natural, because they're fruit, because how could something so familiar be harmful? That's the paradox. What's marketed as healthy can slowly make you feel older than you are. We tell ourselves it's just part of aging, but what if it's not? What if the pain, the urgency, the sleepless nights are being fueled by something you bought at the grocery store? This is why some of the top integrative doctors in Asia and Europe are sounding the alarm, not against fruit itself, but against blind trust. Not everything natural is good for every age, especially when hormones begin to shift and your body's tolerance for certain foods changes completely. So here's what you need to do. If you're eating bananas daily, cut them for for 7 days. Track your sleep. Track how often you wake up at night. The change might surprise you. Maybe try blueberries instead of bananas. They're lower in sugar, rich in anti-inflammatory anthocyanins, and help reduce oxidative stress on the prostate, because not all fruits are created equal. And not all bodies respond the same way, especially after 60. The worst fruit of all? That one's coming soon. But first, let's explore how something as healthy as your morning fruit salad may be doing the opposite of what you think. You've spent decades trying to eat well. Whole grains, fruits, low-fat options. You skipped fast food, avoided soda, chose what seemed smart, and now, after all that effort, your body still feels off. The nights are restless, your urine stream is weaker, and deep down you wonder, what am I missing? Here's the uncomfortable truth. What you've been told is healthy might not be healthy for you anymore, especially not after 60. At this stage of life, your body no longer processes food the way it used to. Your metabolism has slowed. Your hormonal profile has shifted. Your organs are more vulnerable to oxidative stress and silent inflammation. That means foods you tolerated in your 40s may now be working against you. And when it comes to the prostate, certain healthy fruits are quietly making things worse. Take grapes, for example. They're praised for their antioxidants. Doctors recommend them for the heart. But did you know that grapes, especially seedless ones, contain high amounts of natural sugar and estrogenic compounds? When consumed frequently, they can promote hormonal imbalance and feed inflammation. The result? A slow, progressive swelling in your lower abdomen that you chalk up to aging, but is far from normal. Even apples, often seen as the golden standard of clean eating, can trigger issues. While rich in fiber and vitamins, they're also loaded with fructose, especially when juiced or blended. That sugar overload spikes insulin and encourages fat storage in areas men over 60 are most vulnerable: the belly, the liver, and yes, the prostate. But the problem isn't just the fruit, it's the illusion. You're told, if it's natural, it's safe. But aging changes everything. What was once fuel becomes friction. What was once strength becomes strain. And there's a deeper issue: the emotional trap. You followed the rules, you've made the right choices, so when your health declines anyway, it feels like betrayal. You lose trust, you lose motivation, and most dangerously, you stop listening to your body. But there's a way out. The first step is breaking the myth that health is one size fits all. After 60, your body speaks a new language, and you need to adapt your habits to that new reality. Replace sugar-rich fruits with those high in polyphenols and low in fructose. Swap your morning fruit juice for a handful of pomegranate seeds or a few slices of papaya. These nourish without inflaming. They protect rather than provoke. Remember, the goal isn't to fear food, it's to choose with wisdom. And the older you get, the sharper that wisdom must become. Because what you eat today determines how you sleep tonight. And we're just getting started. The next section reveals the one ancient food that has been used for centuries to calm inflammation and restore urinary strength. You'll want to write this one down. Some of the most powerful medicines don't come in bottles. They grow silently in fields, are harvested by hand, and have been trusted for generations, not because of marketing, but because they work. For men over 60 struggling with frequent urination, loss of firmness, or that constant pressure in the lower abdomen, there's one food that has quietly proven itself in both ancient tradition and modern science, and yet it's likely missing from your daily routine: pumpkin seeds. You've probably seen them in grocery stores, tucked away on a shelf, labeled as a snack or baking ingredient. But pumpkin seeds are far more than that. For centuries, they've been used in traditional Asian and European medicine to reduce swelling in the prostate and support male hormonal health. Today, nutritional science confirms what ancient healers knew. This tiny seed is a powerhouse of anti-inflammatory compounds, minerals, and essential fatty acids that specifically target the male body's needs as it ages. Let's start with zinc. Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources of this critical mineral. And why does that matter? Because zinc directly supports healthy testosterone levels and regulates DHT, the hormone often linked to prostate growth. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and retaining zinc, which creates a hormonal environment where inflammation takes root. One small handful of pumpkin seeds can help restore that balance naturally, without disrupting your system like synthetic supplements often do, but zinc is just the beginning. Pumpkin seeds also contain phytosterols, natural plant compounds that mimic the structure of cholesterol and have been shown to reduce prostate size in men with benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. In controlled studies, men who consumed pumpkin seed extract reported fewer nighttime bathroom visits, stronger urine flow, and less discomfort. These are real measurable improvements from something you can buy in bulk for the price of a fast food meal. There's also the omega-3 factor. Unlike many processed snacks, pumpkin seeds deliver plant-based omega-3s that help lower systemic inflammation, not just in the prostate but throughout the entire body. And because they're not heat-treated or stripped of nutrients, they retain their full potency, something many over-the-counter prostate blends fail to match. So how do you use them? The answer is simple: consistently. 1 or 2 tablespoons a day is enough to see changes. You can eat them raw, sprinkle them into salads, blend them into smoothies, or add them to a bowl of oatmeal. The key isn't how you eat them, it's that you do it daily. If you're looking for a place to start, make it a ritual. Replace your evening snack with pumpkin seeds. Let your last meal of the day be a message to your body: tonight we heal. Because the body does most of its cellular repair during sleep, and when you give it the right tools before bed, the results are powerful. But all of this can be undone if you start your mornings with the wrong choice. In the next section, you'll discover the #1 breakfast mistake silently keeping older men inflamed, fatigued, and stuck in a cycle of dependence on medication. And chances are, it's something you've eaten this week without realizing the harm it does. You wake up, walk into the kitchen, and follow the same routine you've followed for years. Maybe it's a slice of toast, a bit of fruit, a glass of juice. It feels light, healthy, even responsible. But what if this exact combination is one of the reasons your nights are restless, your energy is fading, and your prostate is swelling? Silently, there's a trap hidden in the most innocent part of your day: breakfast. Most men over 60 begin their mornings with a meal high in sugar and low in protein. A glass of orange juice, a banana, a few slices of bread with jam. These foods were promoted for decades as part of a balanced breakfast. But for an aging body, they act like fuel to the fire of inflammation. The natural sugars spike insulin, the lack of protein leaves you vulnerable, and the result is a hormonal roller coaster that sets the tone for the entire day. And it's not just about sugar. Many common breakfast cereals and bread products contain soy derivatives and seed oils, both of which carry compounds that mimic estrogen in the body. Over time, this creates a hormonal environment that favors prostate growth, water retention, and loss of firmness, both physical and mental. You feel slower, less focused, and more tired, not because of age, but because of what you just put into your body. Now think about this. Your first meal of the day is also your hormonal foundation. What you eat within the first hour of waking sets the metabolic rhythm for the next 24 hours. If your morning starts with inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and estrogenic compounds, your body will spend the rest of the day in a reactive state, fighting to return to balance, wasting energy just to survive rather than thrive. But there's a way to reverse this, and it's surprisingly simple. Begin your morning with protein and healthy fat. A couple of boiled eggs with a drizzle of olive oil, a small portion of avocado with chia seeds, even a warm herbal tea with added collagen peptides can nourish your system without triggering inflammation. These foods stabilize your blood sugar, calm your nervous system, and give your hormones the building blocks they need to protect, not harm, your prostate. Want something sweet? Try a handful of blueberries or a few slices of papaya. They're low in fructose, rich in antioxidants, and gentle on your system. Most importantly, they don't activate the same hormonal responses that bananas or orange juice do. Here's a simple test. Tomorrow morning, skip the bread, the sugary juice, and the banana. Replace them with boiled eggs, a spoonful of pumpkin, seeds, and a small bowl of berries. By mid-morning, you'll likely notice a difference: more clarity, more energy, and less pressure in your lower abdomen. This isn't a diet, it's a correction. You don't need to give up pleasure. You need to give up habits that silently steal your strength. Because the truth is, every morning is a chance to begin again. And for your body to heal, you have to stop interrupting it before the day even begins. But what if you could make one small change tonight that helps your prostate heal while you sleep? In the next section, you'll learn about a simple ritual that takes less than 10 minutes, costs nothing, and may reduce nighttime urination in just 1 week. It's late. The house is quiet. You're exhausted, but part of you hesitates before lying down. You already know what's coming. You'll fall asleep, only to be pulled out of rest by that same pressure in your bladder. One trip to the bathroom, then another. Some nights it feels endless, but it doesn't have to stay this way. The truth is, your body isn't broken, it's overwhelmed. And by the time you reach 60, even minor imbalances in hormones, diet, or routine can turn into sleepless nights and creeping health issues. The good news? Your body still wants to heal. You just need to give it the right conditions. That's where this nighttime ritual comes in. No pills, no machines, no complicated routines, just 10 minutes. One shift in habit and a return to balance. Here's what to do. Roughly 90 minutes before bed, reduce all artificial light, especially the blue glow from screens. Blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone your body needs not just to sleep, but to regulate the nighttime healing of your prostate and other glands. Instead, dim the lights or use a warm reading lamp. Let your body ease into rest mode. Next, brew a small cup of herbal tea. Not just any tea, look for nettle root or corn silk tea. These aren't just folk remedies. Both have been shown in clinical studies to reduce inflammation in the urinary tract, support bladder control, and improve prostate function. Sip it slowly, without distraction. No phone, no noise. Let it become a signal to your nervous system. It's time to repair. As you drink, take 1 tablespoon of raw pumpkin seeds. Chew them fully. This ensures your body absorbs the zinc and phytosterols it needs to rebalance testosterone and reduce swelling. Combine that with a few deep breaths, long exhales, longer, stillness. Then lie down. Don't scroll. Don't watch. Just close your eyes and focus on this image. Your body, quiet, calm, doing its work. Your blood, moving cleanly. Your cells, repairing. Your prostate, finally exhaling after days, weeks of quiet stress. This is not a cure, it's a ritual. It tells your body the day is over, that healing can begin. And when done consistently, night after night, it teaches your system to shift out of defense and into restoration. Many men who've adopted this habit report fewer nighttime interruptions within 7 days. Some say they sleep straight through the night for the first time in years. That's not luck, it's biology, finally being given the space to work. The healing you're looking for doesn't always come from a bottle. Sometimes it comes from slowing down, tuning in, and giving your body exactly what it needs, exactly when it needs it. And now, you know how to do that. But before we close, take 1 moment to imagine something else. A version of you waking up with energy, not groggy, not sore, a body that works with you, not against you. Mornings filled with clarity, days filled with strength, evenings spent without fear of the night ahead. That version isn't far. It's already in motion. Every time you say yes to the right choice and no to the silent enemies on your plate. You've heard the warnings, you've seen the patterns, you've lived the restless nights, the quiet discomfort, the private frustration of a body that no longer moves as it once did. But you've also learned something deeper today. Your decline is not inevitable. It's not destiny. It's a signal, one that your body has been trying to send for years, through every interrupted night, every sluggish morning, every quiet moment of doubt. And now, you've listened, you've seen how a simple fruit, sold as healthy, can silently fuel your discomfort. You've learned the paradox, that what once gave you energy may now be draining it, that the same habits that helped you stay lean or active in your 30s might now be triggering hormonal chaos, inflammation, and quiet pain. But you've also discovered the solution. It's not a secret, it's not expensive, and it's not complicated. It's intention. It's replacing bananas with blueberries, bread with seeds, estrogenic oils with nourishing fats. It's drinking something warm instead of cold before bed. It's reclaiming your mornings with clarity and ending your nights with dignity. And above all, it's remembering that your body still wants to fight for you. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not too old to heal. The strength you thought was lost is still there. It's buried beneath years of noise, habits, and silence, but it's not gone. It's waiting for the moment you stop numbing the signals and start answering them. And when you do, your body responds. Slowly at first, then with certainty, less urgency, longer sleep, more power in your legs, more stillness in your mind, more presence with your family. That's what this is about. Because the truth is, prostate health isn't about avoiding the bathroom. It's about avoiding the quiet death of your vitality. It's about being able to play with your grandchildren, to hold your partner, to walk without hesitation, to wake up proud of how you feel. So tonight, when you turn off the lights, Remember this: your body is listening. Every choice is a message. And when you choose to feed it with clarity, with calm, with care, your body answers, not with perfection, but with progress, every day, every night. If this message touched something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Sometimes, what saves a life is not a doctor, a pill, or a miracle, but a simple warning. One friend telling another, "You need to see this," so share it. Comment. Tell us what part hit home, because your story might be the light someone else was searching for in the dark. And tonight, when you close your eyes, know this: healing is not behind you, it's in front of you, and it starts now.